center's fees can't be used for a private entity, which the railroads consider themselves. So perhaps there ought to be other innovations, such as revenue bonds and others, to get the necessary capital in order to upgrade those tracks. So Senator Lowenthal's bill this session has passed the Senate, and it's in the House right now. And hopefully we can get that type of compromise. And I have to give credit to the Senator for providing the leadership, which has the support from the County of Los Angeles, has the support from the Air Quality District, because it's going to make sense in alleviating some of our dirty air, but also eliminate a lot of our congestion. We have the smallest airport in the United States, LAX. It's on a 3,500-acre footprint. And the city of Los Angeles wants to continue to expand that. But they don't realize that the airport and the 405 and the highways that lead into that airport are not like pantyhose. They don't stretch. They don't stretch. Along with the airspace above that airport. In the 60s, LA City acquired 17,000 acres of Palmdale, signed a contract with the federal government for Plant 42, which has an operational terminal and runways in place, and acquired Ontario Airport in San Diego County. Because they knew in the 60s that the county was going to expand. And did we expand? Over and over and over again. But yet they were still wedded to expanding LAX. So a group of cities, El Segundo, Inglewood, and others, and the County of Los Angeles sued the City of Los Angeles, LAWA. And through mediation, the City of Los Angeles has stated they will not expand LAX. They're going to now put resources into the Palmdale facility and Ontario Airport. You know, they were charging, which was interesting in Ontario, more money to park and higher airfares because the landing fees were higher there to the airlines, which made the tickets higher price, which made no sense. Well, now those fees have come down and they're providing incentives, and they are under an expansion mode, which is very good. In Antelope Valley, we signed a contract with United Airlines, and we are working to continue to expand that base, because in the Antelope Valley, part of the San Bernardino, Kern County, Ventura County, Santa Clarita Valley, parts of the San Fernando Valley, we have close to 2 million people. It makes better sense to serve that area with a regional airport than have them go all the way down to LAX and then all the way back from LAX to their home. In the San Gabriel Valley with Ontario, it makes better sense to have that San Gabriel Valley, and then you have Riverside, San Bernardino, or Orange to go to Ontario. Then they have them drive all the way down to LAX. Plus all those airplanes in the air playing tag. Less airplanes play tag because the airspace over those airports will be used for those planes, which makes safety a #1 criteria. So it makes sense to do that, but we need to have the ground transportation. We have a goal line that's going to go from East LA through the San Gabriel Valley. It stops right now at the Pasadena Sierra Madre off-ramp. But to expand that to Ontario, you could expand that to Ontario for approximately $1.5 billion. We already have the right-of-way as well. Then to spend billions of dollars digging subways, impacting those areas where those subways are, because you know the red line, we're still recovering. You go down Wilshire Boulevard. It's not the Wilshire Boulevard that you all remember. Lankershim. Remember Lankershim, how that was in the good old days. Point is, you can get more for your buck going above ground and at grade than going underground. And then we have another jewel in the San Fernando Valley, Burbank Airport. Having that goal line come west from Pasadena, the 134, the 5, and have a connection to Burbank Airport. So you have a regional transportation basis. And we're doing something that the City of LA had opposed at one time, and now they support, completing the green line so it goes from the freeway to LAX. So people don't have to get off plane or to the train and take a bus to LAX. We have direct transportation to the airport. Again, it makes a lot better sense. We're working to connect the 170 to the 5. There's going to be 19 HOV lanes and that means for USC the time is out. They're not going to the Rose Bowl. They're not going to the beat. It makes better sense to begin expanding our freeways. How many of you have driven to Orange County on the 5? Seems like you go into paradise when you leave LA County's boundary, don't you? And then when you come in from the Orange County 5 to LA County, it's like you're in, what, Iraq? Or wherever, right? I mean, it's like a fourth world country. Right. We are now finally moving forward to expand that, but we need to expand the 5 in this area as well, and those HOV lanes will help, along with the widening of the 14, the 120, 126, and the 138. We have, and thank you to Larry Zarian, who provided leadership, along with getting some state bond money for that connector, and he's going to talk about that shortly. But we need to have greater cooperation from our federal and state representatives to provide the resources that we send to Sacramento, we send to Washington, to use on our infrastructure here. There's no reason why we can't do a better job with the resources that we have and the manpower we have in Los Angeles County than Senator Byrd is able to do in West Virginia. One senator is able to build out a first-class highway roadway system in Virginia. And we have, what, 53 congressmen and 2 senators, why we can't do a better job getting our resources here to be spent on our transportation needs, road needs, than to have them go to West Virginia so Senator Byrd becomes man of the year, year after year after year after year. But thank you very much for this opportunity to discuss some of these issues, and we'll take some questions when the time comes. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much, Mike. Appreciate it. You know, we 3 of us sit on that MTA board. We ought to be able to do something between us. We've got a panel up here of very distinguished folks. You've, of course, met Mike Antonovich, the supervisor of Los Angeles County 5th District. We've got Richard Katz, who is a California State Assembly former leader. He's on the Metro board with me. We've got Dave Granis, the president of Planning Associates. I got to say something about Dave. When I sat on the CTC, that's when I really got to know this guy. He's one of the smartest guys in transportation I've ever met. And a guy that works for him is in the audience, and I'd like him to stand and be recognized. He's the former head of Caltrans, Tony Harris. Tony, stand up. There he is.